Welcome to Triumphant Over Trauma, where resilience reigns and women rewrite their stories of victory after trauma. I'm Gina, your guide on this empowering journey. With a mission to help women overcome trauma, I'm here to inspire you to cultivate a positive mindset, embrace self-love, and find peace. Join me as we celebrate strength, reclaim power, and triumph over adversity together. You know that moment right before sunset, when the sky turns into a masterpiece of gold, rose, and violet. It's as if the world pauses for a breath. You can feel the warmth on your skin, the calm settling in your chest, and something deep inside you whispers, you were always meant to rise again. Welcome back, beautiful souls. Today we're going to rebuild something sacred, your confidence, your self-worth, and your belief in the woman staring back at you in the mirror. Because I know there was a time you questioned if you'd ever feel whole again. You've spent seasons walking on eggshells, shrinking your light just to feel safe, and apologizing for taking up space. But what if I told you, you don't need to become confident? You only need to remember who you are underneath all that fear, all that doubt, and all those old stories that told you you weren't enough. Today, we're tearing down those walls brick by brick, not with force, but with grace. We're planting seeds of worthiness in the soil of your soul, and as they take root, you'll begin to see the truth that's been waiting quietly within you. You are capable, radiant, and deserving of every ounce of joy this life has to offer. Because confidence isn't about being loud, it's about being grounded. It's the way you walk into a room knowing that your presence alone shifts the atmosphere. It's choosing yourself even when it feels uncomfortable. It's knowing that the past may have shaped you, but it does not define you. So take a deep breath with me right now. Inhale healing, exhale self-doubt. Let that breath remind you that you're still here. You're still becoming. You are a living, breathing masterpiece in progress. By the end of this episode, my hope is that you'll no longer just talk about confidence. You'll embody it, not because you fixed yourself, but because you've remembered that you were never broken to begin with. So let's begin this journey together under the sunset of transformation, where your confidence starts to rise like the first light of the morning, warm, unshakable, and beautifully your own. You know, confidence isn't something that disappears overnight. It fades quietly, almost imperceptibly, like sunlight dimming behind clouds. One heartbreak here, one harsh word there, a betrayal you didn't see coming, and a moment when you needed safety but were met with silence instead. And slowly, without even realizing it, you began to question your worth. You stopped trusting your intuition. You second-guessed your brilliance. You learned to make yourself small so that others could feel comfortable. That's what trauma does. It doesn't just wound the heart. It rewires the way we see ourselves. It convinces us that we have to earn love. That confidence is for people who haven't been broken, and that safety lives in silence. But let's get something straight. Right here, right now. Silence is not safety. It's survival. And you, my love, were not meant to just survive. When you've lived through trauma, confidence can feel like a foreign language. You start to measure yourself against old pain instead of new possibilities. You forget the sound of your own voice. You forget that confidence isn't built in perfection. It's built in the moment you decide to show up again, even when your hands are shaking. So in today's episode, we're going to rebuild from the ground up. We're going to uncover where your self-worth got buried under the layers of fear, guilt, and self-protection. And we'll begin the process of manifesting confidence, not the kind that demands attention, but the kind that radiates peace, power, and authenticity. Because trauma may have cracked the foundation, but those cracks are where your light gets through. All right, let's get into it. Let's talk about what really happens when trauma disconnects us from our confidence and how we can start bridging that gap one brave step at a time. Rebuilding self-worth isn't about pretending the pain never happened. It's about rewriting what that pain means. It's not about fixing yourself because you were never broken. It's about remembering who you are underneath all the scars. There are 3 phases to this healing journey, 3 shifts that move you from surviving to shining again. Let's talk about those now. Phase 1, awareness, seeing the wounds for what they are. Before you can rebuild, you have to see what's been torn down. This phase is about looking gently, honestly, at the places where you lost trust in yourself. It's noticing the moments you shrink when you should rise, the times you apologize for taking up space, the patterns that whisper, "I'm not enough." Awareness isn't comfortable. It's raw and humbling, but it's also liberating because when you can name the lies trauma taught you, you can start to unlearn them. Here is an example. Imagine you caught yourself saying, "I can't do that." Instead of judging the thought, pause and say, "Oh, that's not my truth. That's my trauma talking." That one shift begins the rewiring process. Phase 2, reconnection, returning home to yourself. This is where healing becomes personal again. You start to reconnect with your inner world, your voice, your intuition, and your body. Confidence begins here, in the quiet moments when you choose to honor what you need instead of abandoning yourself for others. It's about nurturing that relationship with yourself like you would with someone you love deeply. Here is an example. Maybe it looks like journaling your wins every night, whispering affirmations into your morning mirror, or going for a walk just to feel your feet grounded in the earth again. It's these small acts of devotion that rebuild trust between you and you. Phase 3, embodiment. Living as the woman you're becoming. This is where the magic happens, when confidence shifts from a concept into a lifestyle. You no longer chase validation because you embody your worth. You show up as her, the woman who's no longer asking for permission to exist fully. Trauma may have taught you to hide, but healing teaches you to rise boldly, beautifully, and unapologetically. Here is an example. Maybe you finally launch that passion project. Wear the outfit you once thought you couldn't pull off, or share your story publicly for the first time, not because you need approval, but because you found peace in your own truth. And when you've reached this point, when you've moved through awareness into reconnection and finally into embodiment, confidence stops being something you have to manifest. It simply becomes who you are. You can almost feel it, can't you? That steady warmth in your chest, that quiet knowing that maybe, just maybe, you've been powerful all along. Let's take a moment to take a deep breath in and exhale slowly. Let the world around you fade just for a moment. This is your sacred space, a moment for you to be with you. Now imagine you're standing in a dimly lit room. The air is still heavy, the kind of silence that almost hums. In this space, the walls are made of every doubt you've ever carried, every word that made you question your worth, and every moment you felt unseen or unheard. But you are safe here because this time you're not hiding from it. You're witnessing it. As you look around, you begin to see the faint light seeping through the cracks in the walls, the truth breaking through. Each crack represents awareness, the realization that those old beliefs were never yours to keep. You whisper softly, "I see my wounds, but they are not who I am." And as you say it, the light expands, warm, golden, forgiving, wrapping around you like a sunrise that's waited too long to rise. Now breathe. Feel your chest open a little wider. Feel the release of years of self-blame you never deserved to carry. The walls dissolve, and you find yourself standing in a wide open field, barefoot, grounded, surrounded by tall grass swaying gently in the breeze. The sun kisses your skin. You feel the pulse of the earth beneath your feet, steady, alive, like a heartbeat that matches your own. You place your hand over your heart and whisper, "I am coming home to myself." And in that moment, you feel something awaken inside you. Your voice, your intuition, your softness, your strength, all finding their rhythm again. You smile because for the first time in a long time, you feel like you belong to you. Now imagine the light from within you expanding outward, a radiant glow that illuminates everything it touches. Your posture straightens, your energy shifts. You are no longer surviving. You are becoming. You see your reflection now, strong, confident, and free. She is standing tall, eyes bright, shoulders back, smiling like she knows the storm she's walked through only watered her growth. Walk toward her. Feel the power in each step. When you reach her, she takes your hands and whispers, "You are me. I am you. And together we rise." Pause. Breathe. Let the truth settle in your bones. This is embodiment, the quiet power of knowing who you are and owning it, fully, unapologetically, and beautifully. Now, as you open your eyes or return to your day, carry her with you. Let her voice echo every time you forget. You are worthy. You are powerful. And you are enough. Take one last deep breath with me. Feel that light within you, the one that's been flickering through every dark night. And know this, it's not fading, it's becoming. You are not who you were before the storm. You are who the storm shaped. Wiser, braver, and ready to rise into your becoming. If your heart is whispering that it's time to go deeper, to discover who you truly are beyond the pain and the past, I invite you to join me inside my course, Finding Direction from Within. It's where healing meets purpose, where you'll learn to rebuild confidence, trust your intuition, and create a life that finally feels like home. You'll also gain access to my private Finding Direction from Within Facebook group, a woman-only sanctuary where authenticity blooms, connection is sacred, and every woman is seen, heard, and celebrated for exactly who she is. Wherever you are right now, remember this is your beginning. The woman you're becoming is already within you, and she's ready to rise. As always, thank you for being here with me today. Wherever you are, may you walk with the quiet confidence of a woman who remembers her worth, the peace of knowing she is her own safe place, and the light of becoming who she was always meant to be. You are radiant, resilient, and endlessly becoming. And never forget, you've always had everything you needed inside you all along. This is Gina, signing off. Thank you for tuning in to Triumphant Over Trauma, where resilience prevails and women rewrite their stories of victory after trauma. Remember, healing is a journey, not a destination. Keep embracing your strength, cultivating resilience, and shining your light bright. You are capable of triumphing over any challenge life throws your way. Until next time, keep rising and thriving. You've got this.